I believe that America is a large country, and parts of it are still very wild. And where I live near the Great Smoky Mountains Park. I live 15 miles from there. So it's a place that that kind of wildness is still in the United States. And I think writers such as myself value it and fear it being lost. And so one impetus for my writing certainly is to show the place, not to sentimentalize it, but to recognize it and to find value in it at the same time, and hope to preserve it in some ways. But I don't want to be didactic. I don't want to be a propagandist. And when I write about environmental issues, particularly in the novel that just came out in France, I wanted to show environmental questions in a very complex way. But at the same time, right now, this week, Donald Trump has passed some devastating legislation where in the United States now, coal companies, gas companies, power companies can dump all of their poisons into the rivers, and it's no longer against the law. I think sometimes his outrageous comments deflect from the real damage that he's doing. And right now in the United States, the environmental regulations are being dismantled, and I think it's going to have devastating consequences, not only in the United States, but in the world, because he's obviously, the Paris Accords no longer matter anything to him. He's completely said that is meaningless for the United States. So we're in a very dark time, and I think at least what I can do as a writer who writes about the natural world is to make people at least see it. And my hope is that by doing so, I will perhaps get people to care about it, to recognize that it has value, and that whether it's not a choice, that it's not that we are part of that ecosystem. If it dies, we die with it. We cannot disappear into our computers. I think people, particularly in the United States now, because technology is so powerful and pervasive, it's almost as if we have the illusion we live in a virtual world, but we are still animals. We are still connected to what happens to every other creature, every other plant in the world.